Lust won't ruin your life at once, it will rot it slowly, and you won't even be able to notice until you wake up one day and don't even recognize the person who you've become. And that's the scary part about it. Lust doesn't come in bursting doors down, it sneaks in quietly, convinces you that it's okay, that everybody else does it, that it's harmless. And before you know it, it starts becoming something that you just deal with occasionally. It starts becoming something that leads your decisions. And I'm not just talking about attraction, that's human. I'm talking about being led by your desires. It's when your impulses start calling the shots instead of your values. When lust is in that driver's seat position in your life, everything else just starts to take a step back. Slowly, but definitely surely. Your purpose starts to blur, your confidence starts to dip, your discipline starts to weaken. And the worst part is you didn't even connect the dots at first. And listen, I've seen this in myself and I've seen it in other people. You start waking up tired for no real reason, your focus is off, you start second guessing yourself in conversations, and you stop looking at people in the eye when you're having those deep conversations. Lust quietly kills the confidence that you built up. That quiet confidence that you built up starts to leak out of you. And then you're left wondering why. Lust drains you spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Think about it. When you're chasing desire, you're constantly chasing something outside of yourself. Whether you realize it or not, you're training your brain to seek pleasure instead of purpose, easy reward instead of fulfillment. And then you wonder why real life starts to feel dull. And I've noticed this myself. Talking to people became a lot harder. Working towards my goals felt a lot longer. And being uncomfortable became unbearable because I had conditioned my brain to always look for the shortcuts. I remember a time where I would talk to girls not because I genuinely cared, or not because I heard something meaningful, but because I wanted attention, I wanted validation. I wanted that validation from other people, proof that I was enough. And for me personally, I feel like that's a very dangerous place to operate from. Because when your confidence depends on how somebody else reacts to you, you've already lost control. You start saying things you don't mean. You start tolerating things you don't mean. You start doing things you don't mean. All because your desire is louder than your discernment. And I know this segment can be tied into relationships, but it's not just about relationships. It bleeds into everything. You tell yourself that you'll work hard tomorrow, but tonight, you just want comfort. You know that you should get a good night's rest, but you stay up feeding impulses. And you know whatever you're doing doesn't align with the person who you're trying to become, but you tell yourself it's just this once, it's just a one-off. And honestly, that mentality is where so many people go wrong. That just this once mentality is lethal. Lust won't kill you with intensity, it will kill you with consistency. I'll say that one more time. Lust won't kill you with intensity, it will kill you with consistency. And adopting that mindset is not the way to go about things. I'm a very firm believer of how you do one thing is how you do everything. And from a faith perspective, lust pulls you away from what you were created for, your God-given purpose. Even if you're not a follower of Christ, even if you don't believe in God, do you honestly believe that you were designed to chase a life of temporary pleasure? You weren't. You were designed to grow, to lead, to build, to love properly. When you allow lust to dominate your life, you're shrunk down to your lowest instinct. You become reactive instead of intentional. And as I said before, even if you're not religious, this still applies to you. Leading a life with desire will always have its negative effects. It will always have drawbacks. You'll lose direction, discipline, and self-respect. And for me, the shift began when I started asking myself more serious questions. Is this making me better? Not morally better, functionally better. Is it making me more disciplined, more grounded? I'd like to think of myself as a calculated person, a reasonable person. And most of the time, the answer was obvious. Lust is one of the biggest lies of them all. It tells you it's giving you something, but in reality, it's taking. It's taking discipline, it's taking ambition, it's taking self-trust, it's taking self-respect. And once you lose self-respect, you lose everything. So having said all of that, maybe for the past 3 or 4 minutes, here's how I actually broke past the barrier of lust. Not perfectly, but progressively. I stopped trying to fight lust with willpower alone. That never works. So what did I do? I put myself out there more. More movement, less idle time, less isolation. Because what I came to realize is that lust thrives in boredom. Because let's face it, when you're tired, alone, scrolling away irresponsibly, that's when it hits you the hardest, man. So I had to find a way to fill that time correctly, not just with anything, but something that demanded something from me. So what that looked like for me personally was training, working out, creating content, being around people, even doing uncomfortable things just to remind myself that I could if I wanted to. That small shift, it mattered to me, and I hope it matters to you too. I also just want to clarify something. You do not overcome lust by shaming yourself. I'm going to say that again. You do not overcome lust by shaming yourself. You overcome it by choosing better, choosing to do better. You're finally going to say no because you respect yourself, and every single time you say no, you're reinforcing the person who you're becoming. And of course, this doesn't mean that you're going to struggle. You will, just like everybody else, just like me, just like many other people. And having said that, I want to reinforce something else. Just because you're struggling does not mean you are failing. It means that you're training for something bigger than just a moment. And there's something that I wrote in my journal in preparation for this video. A man who leads his life by lust is easy to control. A person who leads by impulse is predictable. And a life built on pressure will always collapse under pressure. But when you start choosing purpose over pleasure, something changes. You walk differently, you talk differently, you start carrying yourself much better, in a much higher regard, not with arrogance, but with alignment. Lust always promises comfort. Purpose always promises sacrifice, but only one of these things will give you a life that you're actually proud of. So having made it to the end of this video, my question to you is, are you going to live for the moments or for the future you say you want? Because lust will kill you if you let it. I hope this video was beneficial to a lot of you. I hope it will help a lot of you. And if it does exactly that, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, share it to a friend who you think may find some value in this video. If you guys want to join a community full of like-minded people on the path of self-development, then I'll leave a link down below in the description, as well as the comment section. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. God bless.